you go. I still need to do the drawing of a Viking.
I know.
I know.
That's a teaser
Ooh, teaser.
for
Ooh, teaser.
possible shop swag.
Oh, Liz has such ideas. I can't take my mask off because I put my hat on over it.
That's a problem.
But look at my pretty hat. Ooh.
She finished it this morning.
I'm gonna put it back on.
And there it is.
Yeah. Good morning. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
Dear Becky and Lizzy edition.
Oh, that's right. Look. Ta-da!
It looks so cute.
I decided to go home and try to de-stress because it's been a stressful week. It's been a stressful month. It's been a stressful year. You know, I feel like this is too close to me, at least on camera. So I finished this hat, but hey, let's do introductions first. Hi.
Introductions, what are those?
I got distracted because our lovely hand sanitizer is right in front of me. Moving that to the side. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in downtown Brevard, North Carolina, and it is overcast today. Fall. She's double checking me. What's the difference between partly cloudy and overcast?
Overcast is more clouds. Partly cloudy is more blue sky and sun.
You see, oh, I see blue. Okay.
Yeah, there's blue. I see blue like all over that way.
Who am I talking to right now? Who's correcting my
Liz,
usage of
the weather minion.
Yeah. She's the minion of weather and color and
the shop
and the shop and germs and germ protocols and everything. I started the shop 3 years ago. Liz is the reason it's still here.
I don't want that responsibility.
Yeah.
My chief job is keeping her alive because she threatens to will me the shop.
Okay. You introduced yourself.
Right? I did.
Okay.
Liz, I'm the minion of
I'm a little off because, like I said, it's been a rough week. It's been a rough month. It's been a rough year. And we keep things as upbeat as we can here. And I will continue to do so. But public service announcement number 1. I actually made a list today. So because there's enough things and my head is feeling off enough that I want to keep track of stuff.
We should, autograph our show notes and auction them off at the end of the year.
If we could find the show notes we've written in the past.
They're in a stack of paper
somewhere. But I also have cleaned up sometimes, and I wrote them on sticky notes. They may or may not. We have cluttered sticky notes everywhere, but I do occasionally cull them, and I may not hang on to everything I should. Okay, yeah. So life's been rough. Life's been rough for everybody. I know. So I've been
realizing. Welcome to 2020.
2020. Oh God. I've been realizing. Been talking with a lot of people that it's just been rough day to day lately, and I know it has for months, but Brian's taken a break for 2 weeks, which is wonderful for him. And he's like, I've only been on vacation for like 2 days off hiking, and I feel so much better. And we were discussing how we probably need a break too. Everybody needs a break because this is not the pandemic we were promised. We've been working our butts off, but we can't really do that. I mean, I don't see how we could do that. I mean, I think our regulars would understand if we had to just shut down for a couple days, but I don't see how we economically do that. And I don't see how either one of us takes a break. And this is more information than you guys need. So I'm going to stop.
I tend to break on the weekends, but you don't because there's shop stuff.
Yeah.
So,
because as a small business owner, there are always things to do. So I'll put this back on when I'm going to show it off in a second. It's a little toasty here.
What time is your appointment on Saturday?
I'm trying to scale back this weekend. I have a 2:00 appointment with Cheryl. Shout out to Cheryl. We're going to Zoom.
So as soon as that's done, Rebecca's on vacation till Tuesday morning.
So what that means is no tips and tricks. I may pre-record like a little hi message to put out on Monday, reminding y'all there won't be a new tips and tricks, because that takes up about half my Monday. And the other half is writing the newsletter. So if the newsletter goes out, it'll be scaled back too, so that I can get some rest. I'm sure you might have seen my face in recent videos and gone like Alexander, I can see your soul and it's dead inside. So I'm
not a thing.
So not a thing. Or it matches my Outlander mask, which is this really wan color of gray. So I'm gonna try to rest this weekend because I'm going backwards through my show notes. This is great. Because next Saturday, we're gonna do a sit and stitch in the afternoon. That joint Zoom and Facebook. Facebook can be better for if your internet connection's not strong enough for Zoom. You can hear what's happening and watch us. And please join the Zoom if you want to see some other people and wave at them instead of me telling you they're waving at you.
Rebecca will be on both Zoom and Facebook Live, and I will be on Zoom.
Yes.
So,
and you'll hear her on Facebook, but you won't see her.
Because I'm the quiet sister.
Yeah. and I don't like to put people on Zoom on Facebook because that's, privacy. Anyway, yeah, so we need to rest up for that. Otherwise, I will just pass out at work someday, which I almost feel like I might do today. So we'll just
keep asking for nap time. I keep telling her to go sit in a chair and take a nap because the rugs aren't exactly comfy.
Yeah, but anyway, enough kind of complaining-ish. I think I'm going to try to be done with that for the episode. We'll see how that goes. So tips and tricks, the sit and stitch. Look on Facebook for details. I might if I remember, put them in the description for this. But not this Saturday, but a week from Saturday is the Facebook Live Zoom.
The 24th.
24th we usually do it from 1 to 5, right?
Yeah. Because we have time for lunch before.
Yeah. I've only done one where I did it all day in two 4-hour sessions. I ate on camera and everything. That was a little intense, but but it's afternoon instead of evening because we always have the Tuesday and Friday evening ones. So, and that's just on Zoom. Shop phone number all the time, 828-877-3550. Sometimes I type it wrong when I do my alerts, but I can hopefully say it right. All right, so I think those are all my big public service announcements about I need to rest. And thank you all for wanting to support the shop and doing what you can to help us support the shop. And we'll try to keep it going for you. So, and we're still brainstorming how we're going to be shifting shopping practices for November. We might start opening up more in-store appointments and more flexibility with the outside shopping. But right now, to be really clear, because we had a handful of people come by yesterday who either misremembered how we do things right now or just assumed they could change the rules a little bit. And we love you anyway. Tuesday and Thursday, just those 2 days right now, are walk up without an appointment, and we will help you when we have the time. And we should have more time on those days. 10 to 5 outside. We'll bring stuff out to you. We had one person yesterday who said too complicated, and I went, actually, we've been able to help people faster that way.
Almost less complicated than people coming in going, there are too many choices.
There are too many choices. I don't know what I want, and they stand there and they look around for a really long time.
It's actually super fast. We can help 5 people in about a half hour.
We can even bring out half the samples.
Yeah.
It's not like, I'd like to see things to inspire me. I'm like, well, give me a small vehicle of what could inspire you, and we'll start bringing them out. But that's Tuesday and Thursday. Wednesday and Friday, we do lessons in the morning, and we had someone call yesterday who wanted a lesson on Friday, and we're booked way far out. I'm starting to do 2 lessons on Friday mornings, 1 lesson on Wednesdays, because we also film Wednesday. If I could do more, I would, but that's where we're at. So email or call me to arrange that. Afternoons, right now we have about 2 appointments in the afternoon on Wednesdays and Fridays. Sign up online. You can call the shop and we can sign you up, but showing up at the shop door and saying, I want an appointment at the end of a day is rough for us. We're probably going to, as we open up more appointments, have to actually schedule you at the door for a later time. We're not set up for that yet. We're still mobilizing for that. So,
and as we add more appointments in, the time is going to be less.
The time you can spend in the shop will truncate so we can clean between customers. It'll probably become a half an hour. Again, this is down the road. We're giving you a way heads up. Now, we've given you enough information now that everything could get completely jumbled. And you'll say, but you said on YouTube that there'll be more appointments. And we mean that we're hoping for November. But we're going to be as sweet as we can if you come up to the door and try to shop with us. I have to remake the signs on the door because we have a sign that says inside shopping Wednesdays and Fridays by appointment only in advance. And people see inside shopping Wednesdays and Fridays and stop. And they're like, that's what your sign says.
Please read the entire sentence. It's just like reading a pattern.
If I could do it in fewer words, I would, but I haven't figured that out yet. That's actually possibly a good transition to a later topic of, if you have other wording, you can throw it at me. I may or may not use it because we mentioned a shop song.
And we've gotten 3 shop songs.
People wrote lyrics for us.
They're hilarious. We love them. Rebecca may try to.
Yeah. Later in the episode. Not right now. Although that's a wonderful transition to do it right now. I'm not ready. So
hold
that thought. But yeah, we'll see what we can swing for y'all. That'll make up for me being all somber at the beginning of this. So yeah, why don't I made Liz get out one of the things she prepped last week. We've done the Surprise Me sale bin support boxes online, and they've been wonderful. Where you can, because people try call up and say, hey, I want some yarn, but surprise me. I don't care, surprise me. Ooh.
So we put together sale surprise boxes where you pick a denomination out of what Rebecca has a list.
$30, $40, $50, $60.
Yeah. And at the shop, we have pre-made boxes that you don't get to request special stuff.
Surprise me.
Surprise me. They are complete surprises. Even to me, once I forget what goes in the box. However, if you order them online and the denominations are about the same online.
Yeah, they're the same brackets online.
You can put in requests that general things like, I like blue yarn. I don't like pink yarn. I want washable wool.
I want cotton.
I want
acrylic. I want, and we do what we can.
We will try our best.
Try is the key word.
To fulfill that.
And surprise you.
And
the kicker, the whole thing. So to break down the name, Surprise Me, which you may or may not get what you want, and you can't request specific yarns, like specific brand name yarns. Give us categories online. Surprise Me, ooh, fun. Sale bin, we're pulling from our sale yarns, which are yarns that are discontinued or moving out of the shop. They're all good yarns. They're just yarns. We need to make space for more stuff. Like people who have done indoor shopping lately will tell you, we have no space and we have boxes everywhere and it's a nightmare. And then the Surprise Me sale bin support boxes. You're supporting the shop and we're supporting your habit.
I am,
and
but in the support part of it, I try and put enough of one flavor of yarn, even if it's different colors of that flavor, to make a whole project. Like 2 skeins of fingering weight, like trying to give you enough options to
have some fun.
You might not be able to make a sweater out of the box, but you can make something.
Even at our reduced prices, the $60 is still probably not going to be enough to make a sweater or to have enough of one type of yarn. But we could have mentioned this yesterday, but everything we mentioned on Wednesdays goes into the 15% off category. And these don't. We had some sales where these ended up getting reduced price, and that's doesn't work for us actually, because you're already getting a really good reduced price on this. Because you're getting close to 50% off the sticker price as we can get. Now, regularly the sale bin, I motion this way. It's behind all the yummies, right behind me, way back behind, down low on the under the pretty wall. It's 20 and sometimes 40, but usually right now 20% off the sale yarns. But if you get a bundle, the Surprise Me sale bin support boxes only, you get more savings. You take a chance with us and you get more savings.
Like with this box. This
pre-made.
is a pre-made $50 box.
Grab and go at the shop.
Has 3 skeins of Noro, has a blue face Leicester DK, and something else I can't see back there. I think it's a cotton.
Pretty. It's really, really pretty. Like I said, we have 30, 40, 50, and $60 ranges. If you're like, ooh, I want that one specifically, you can come by the shop and see if you see it in the window and point at it and say, I want that one. That's as selecting your own yarn as you get.
Basically, I take, so since this is a $50 box, I take $100 and start subtracting off of that, whatever I put in the box. And most of the time I get it to within $1 of the $100. Yeah. So your saving is close to 50%.
That's about $100 worth of yarn. It might be like $95 worth of yarn, but it's about $100 worth of yarn. You only pay $50. So, and you get some awesome stuff. Everybody loves bargain, right? So those are, you don't have to go online and fill out all the stuff and give us recommendations. We have people who buy them online and just say, surprise me, I don't care. You can now walk up to the shop on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
If I'm doing a box for somebody, I tend to go, hey, Rebecca, what colors do they normally buy?
Yeah,
because it's easier for me to,
If you're a regular with us, we will try. We might look back at your sales history and go, I think she'd like this, Customer service, people.
I try and match the support boxes, especially online, to the people that I'm,
which is really cool,
making them for.
So we just wanted to let you know that there is an at shop option. You don't have to go buy it online.
You cannot put in your request at the shop. If you go online and you're like, hey, I need washable wool, I tend to save my washable yarn in the sale bins for those
requests,
specific requests.
And so if you want, it's so complicated now. So you can walk up to the shop and go, ooh, that box looks cool, and you're done. Boom. You pay for it, you're done. You walk away. If you want to make certain requests, but you want to come visit us at the shop and wave at us and have a chat outside, you can fill it out online and pick in shop pickup in the best of all worlds, right?
Yeah.
So if you're not local and you're like, but you can look at my Facebook post that I put up and say, ooh, that box looks cool. Do you still have it? That's as close as we'll come to letting you request specific yarn. But anyway.
If you do store pickup from our online orders, you get the nifty little box. Yes. Although this sticker is sealed down.
Yeah, we don't mail these boxes to people usually.
I put them in a Ziploc bag.
It's still called a box, but we'll put them in a bubble mailer for you. Yeah, squishy mail. So, so going back to this hat, this is the what? Are you making fun of my hat? Nope.
No, wouldn't do it. I like
it. It's a little roomy. So here's the thing. It's the can't remember the name now. Night Bloom hat from Espace Tricot. Really, really fun fair isle work, stranded color work. And the Espace Tricot wrote hers for regular worsted, like superwash, and a DK weight mohair, so a thick mohair. And I told you about it yesterday. I decided to do both colors out of the Stargazer brush, which has llama in it, which will give you the fuzzy halo like the mohair. But both yarns, part of her selling for this hat being awesome is the mixed textures of yarns. And I did all the same texture, but I still think it looks really fun.
I think it looks really fun. It would look really cool in 2 different textures.
It would. And we could possibly throw that together for you too. I would almost want to do it in like 1 skein of Davila and 1 skein of this stuff.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But I have dreams of putting together kits. And can you grab the scale from under the Surprise Me sale bin support box? Because part of what we're going to do, while she's doing that,
I'm finishing it.
I have two options for a pom-pom for this. Because that's my also wanting to make kits. I think I want to make kits that you can get with or without the pom-pom too. So you all get to vote, and I know you're all going to vote completely differently, and we're probably going to be split even on this, but we've got the wine colored one, which matches, right? And we've got the this one's what, purple finch.
Okay, so
that would be lighter.
Actually seeing the wine one up next to the purple.
Is it not the same color?
It's more red than purple. Like it looks cool.
You may not be able to tell that on camera. So this may be the one we go with, which is different enough. Mauve, I love mauve. They're calling it purple finch, but mauve. So okay. Now's the big reveal. Although I had to pull. So when I got this yarn, I picked this color combo for this pattern, which was going to be this big, huge cowl. And it was still on needles, but I needed the needles to do a 2 circular finish of this hat. So it's not on needles anymore. But my weighing is going to get slightly thrown off because I have a little extra yarn right here. But we're going to see, the biggest thing is I use the most of the dark purple.
And you have over 50 grams.
I still have 54 grams left, and I'm not weighing this part of it. So the good news about that is everybody knits differently, so there's no absolute guarantees, but it means that I should be able, and there's almost 80 grams left of the gold color in this. I should be able to make kits with half a skein, 50 grams of various colors, and you could do it either way. You could do dark background or light background and still make your hat, which is really cool.
Or you could buy 2 whole skeins and make 2 hats, one back.
How cool would that be? I think if we make kits, we'll make enough for 1 hat.
Yeah.
But we'll put in the listing, if you want to make 2 hats, buy whole skeins from the other listing.
Yeah.
If we can get them up this weekend, they'll go into the 15% off category, because I kind of mentioned them yesterday. So, or mentioned that I wanted to do this yesterday. But I just want to also point out that I did not gauge swatch for this. I just took the 6s and the 8s and did 6s for the brim and 8s for the hat and said, who cares? Let's do it. Let's do it. It's a little roomy. It's not a tight hat. Like you just watched me and I got through the end of the color repeats and it said, now knit straight until it is 8 3/4 inches. And I was already there. So it's almost a slouchy hat, the way I made it. Not quite, but almost. So just a heads up on that. If you don't do a gauge swatch on a hat, it might work. It might be a little roomy.
You might need safety bobby pins.
She always calls them safety pins, bobby pins. Yeah, it could go horribly sideways, because I've had people come into the shop and say, my hat came out too big. How do I fix that? And I say, did you do a gauge swatch? No, but my hat came out too big. How do I fix that? And I'm like, that's how you fix it, is you do a gauge swatch. But for something as small as this, if you, someone, I think it was Betsy, shout out to Betsy, Knit Night, she's like, the hat is the gauge swatch. But that means you could put a lot of work in and end up with something, I haven't sewn my ends in yet, end up with something that's too big or too small.
I had that problem
you
with
take a
my
gamble.
Fair Isle thistle hat that I started knitting the inside brim, and
it was already on teeny tiny needles, so she figured it was
on
work.
3s, and I had to go down. I should have probably gone down to 2s, but I went down to a 2.5. And
there's
Rebecca
so little between sizes there that
math, but like, yeah, safety pins wouldn't have worked. So gauge swatches if you want to make sure it fits right.
Yeah. I had a customer yesterday that we a sweater was coming out huge, and she hadn't gauge swatched, and so I was like, that's probably the culprit. But then we measured, and she was right on gauge. So you take your chances if you're used to being on gauge, because I always say not every pattern writer is on gauge. It's like the industry standard, so that can throw things off.
But everybody knits different.
Yeah, we had to do a different size,
and everybody writes patterns different. And we've noticed
it'd be nice if it's like the magic box. It'd be nice if everything was just so. It'd be nice if all our yarn was online.
We've noticed lately that always measure yourself for your sweater or who you're making the sweaters for, because we've noticed lately with sweater patterns, a lot of people are like, so size XL to XL on other patterns would be a completely different size.
They're like, I don't want to make the 2XL size. That means I'm big. And it's like, no.
And
actually, I mean, because this is another whole nother pattern we were looking at, and they had grouped them. There was the small, medium. So anyone who fits into those categories would have to make that size. There was the large, it was like extra small, small.
Yeah.
Medium, large.
Extra
large 2XL. And people saw the 2XL and went, what? And I'm like, no, you're at the lower end of even the XL
but
category,
the numbers,
but that's the one that's going to
fit. The numbers for your chest size were actually, it was a wide range.
Yeah, it was a really wide range with a lot of positive ease. And even in stores, I remember when 579, when that was a store, the sizes in there were not the same as the sizes at other stores.
Yeah.
Like, people were either skewing them one way or another to either make people feel skinny or fat.
Gauge, swatch, and measure you.
Yeah.
Because not everybody has a 19-inch head. Not everybody has a 22-inch head.
Yeah.
Like,
what my biggest takeaway, one of my favorite shows for a long time was What Not to Wear, where Stacy and Clinton went and helped people dress better. Right?
My sister wanted to get me on that so bad.
I'm sure she did. Oh my gosh, that would have been amazing. But you would have gone right back to your dresses.
I would have gone right back to my dresses.
But one of the best things I learned from that was to find clothes that flatter your body. And that doesn't mean trying to force yourself into a certain size or trying to say, I can't make something that says XL on it because that means I'm huge. No, it actually could make you look skinnier to be in something, or just make you look better, not skinnier necessarily, because that's not always the modicum for looking better. But it could, something that has a little space on you can make you look trimmer, can make you not look as big as you might think you feel, because it's more flattering. That's the thing. If you make, like, I always have to contend with the girls here. And I don't want anything that's too tight on the girls because I look bigger then. But I also, if I make something that fits the girls, then it usually is huge on the rest of me. And it's like, I look like I'm wearing a tent. So it's tough. But they would always push people when they're like, I can't wear a 14, I can't wear a 20. They'd say, no, just try it. Just try it. Because they're like, that I can't put that on. And they would walk out and go, oh my gosh, I look not 10 inches, but I look a few inches skinnier in this, because it wasn't clinging to them, trying to force themselves to be a certain size. Public service announcement number, I don't know what.
And besides all those numbers, somebody made up anyway.
It's a construct to make you feel.
Men's clothes go off of inches. Women's clothes go off of, hey, if you're,
this is what we think.
This is what we think you are.
Mm-hmm. And I want to say, what the last news thing I saw was that, like, the average size for a woman in the United States is like a 14 or a 16. Whereas if you're an 8 or a 6 as a model, you're laughed out of the industry. So that's ridiculous.
Short models start at 5'5". I'm 5'1". They're not short.
No, they're really not short. I'm shorter than that too. And yes, I'm short, but I'm not that short. Did that sentence mean
she wears shoes and she can stand 3 inches taller than me?
Yeah. I used to teach in shoes that jacked me way up, because then I felt like all important and stuff. I take off my shoes at the doctor's office and they measure my height and I'm like, I'm shrinking already? What? But yeah, anyway.
5'1".
Neither here nor there. Yeah. I think I'm 5'3" or 5'4". I'm 5. I used to say I was 5'5" if I thought really hard about it. So
I can't even think tall thoughts. It just doesn't.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my soapbox about that. Is like, don't let sizes on patterns define you. Find something that's going to fit your measurements, because you'll be much happier with that in the end, instead of going, oh my gosh, this doesn't fit me, or I'm never going to wear this because X, Y, or Z.
And the nice thing with knitting or crocheting, that your own thing, is you can customize it. And if you need help
to a certain extent, yeah.
If you need help with some of that, there are online resources. There are, teachers that can help you.
I say to a certain extent, not to dissuade anyone, because one of the awesome things, there's easier ways to modify patterns than others.
Yes.
Like some parts are more modifiable than others.
It's
like,
not a magic box.
Not Alakazam.
But like for me, I'm smaller on top than I am on the bottom. So,
and with your skirts,
with my skirts, I've got lots of skirt, and I like positive E's already. So,
and she likes the crop tops because they work because of what she wears on the bottom.
So I can just take a sweater and be like, okay, we're going to increase the positive E's. We're going
more stitches this way.
Add a few more stitches as I get length here, just to make sure it hangs right. And I'm going to cut it off. Like, that's it. We're done at about 5 inches under the armpit. Sleeves take forever.
And crop sweater patterns are really popular right now. However, I have the opposite problem where my girls will make everything shorter than it even is in the pattern. And we have a lot of knitters who want to hide the muffin tops and the things going on in here. And take a crop pattern that you like and just make it longer. Just keep going until you're happy with it. It means you need more yarn, but that you can control. Now, some stuff like the neck is a little bit trickier to change the neck on something. It's a little trickier. We had someone call yesterday who wanted larger armholes than the pattern allowed for. And depending on how the pattern's constructed, like with raglan seams, you have some flexibility with that. With a sweater you're going to sew together, there's a little more thinking involved in that, which not everyone wants to try to finagle. There's always finagling with sewing sleeves into your sweater, but trying to actually add length. So it depends on how much math you want to engage in. Like the gauge being off and doing math to figure out what size to make, some people don't want to engage in that, and that's fine.
I'm lucky. I have a boss that will go, you have math
I'll
problems?
try. I make no promises.
No, and you know what? I don't really care because I like the positive E's. So,
as long as there's positive E's, we're probably going to be okay. Anyway.
But there are, within certain parameters, ways to, and some patterns lend towards altering a wee bit easier than
a lot of regular patterns, because my row gauge is like never right, and because I am not proportionally, I've gotten bigger this way, but my arms haven't grown, because people often write patterns saying, well, if you're bigger this way, that means you're taller, and so we'll make the sleeves longer. No. But if you're aware of that, you can go into a project knowing, and if they have schematics on the project of here's how long the sleeves are going to come out, you can plan ahead to modify that. Or if it goes horribly wrong and it comes out too long, maybe there's a chance that you can rip it back out and shorten it. So,
well, you've ripped back out and lengthened because,
especially with top down stuff.
Yeah.
If it's a piece to piece, where you go from the bottom up, it's a little trickier, you figure it out though. I say engage in it. Do what is going to make you happy. That's something I talked about with the knitter yesterday, was ripping back part of it and redoing it, or just tearing the whole thing out and redoing it. What's going to make you happy? Because less work is only ripping out half of it. But if it that's what she did. But if every time you see the piece, you're going to know, or you're going to see where you ripped out to, and it's going to bug you, might as well rip the whole thing out and start over, rather than doing all the half work and then saying, yeah, I got.
It always comes back to, where is your I don't care bar set at?
Here, shout out to Amy D. Here, shout out to Liz. Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle. It depends. If it's a shop sample, I might be at the Amy D level. If it's I'm going to wear it, no one else is going to see it, it might be at a Liz level.
Well, and then I've noticed there's the whole pandemic twist to that, because even Amy D the other Friday on Knit Night was like, Liz, you'd be so proud. Because she had a mistake. And she tweaked it just enough that it didn't bother her. But there's a pandemic going on, so really
that
there
can change
are
your bar. I mean, honestly, that could change some people's bars lower and some people's bars higher.
Yeah.
It really depends. What's going to help you survive the pandemic is what I would say.
Yeah.
For me, it's going to be trying to get some sleep this weekend. Okay, so the only other big thing on my list is the song lyrics, which this is going to be interesting. Yeah. So we got 2 sets of lyrics for Welcome to the Jungle. That's going to be a hot mess. I'm going to attempt in a second. And we have one that someone wrote 2 and sent them to us for your consideration. We're not going to use names on any of these. In fact, most people didn't give names.
Yeah,
that's how we do.
There's
Dear
no
Becky and
Return
Lizzy.
address on the one envelope.
Sneaky. We have our suspicions, but we're not going to say them out loud here because that's part of Dear Becky and Lizzy. We don't say names. So, of all the friend songs though that I rattled off last week, this person picked up on "Thank You for Being a Friend," the Golden Girls, which is the one we were like, what? No, but you know, and they did. We have a joke here at the shop that like I'm the dealer, like she's the mule for me, the dealer.
She's the drug dealer.
Yeah, and this is "Thank you for being my yarn dealer," but thank you for being my dealer. Yeah, and I'm not gonna do this with an accompaniment, so we'll see how this goes. But it'd be "Thank you for being my dealer, traveling down a row and back again. Your gauge is true. You're a brilliant teacher." The words, how the rhythm of the words is supposed to fit, isn't indicated here, so I'm gonna mess up a bunch.
I can't sing, so I'm not even gonna attempt that.
I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is done. Won't you stand up and ding that bell? Because we have a bell we ding at midnight. And this is going to break my range right now, but and if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, well, you would see the confetti would be from me, and the card attached would say, "Thank you for being my dealer." And I think this is the bridge, and I probably should have the song for the bridge part here, because I forget how this is going to fit into the bridge. Oh gosh, I think I'm going to sing this to the regular. It's if it's an ocean we lack, is there wine in the back? We have wine at midnight sometimes. You show us the best VSC. I'm gonna mess this up. Whenever we need any time of the day or night, I'm not ashamed to say. I'm just gonna read it. I'll try to sing it next time if I can practice. I've had no time and energy to practice, so I'm not ashamed to say thank goodness for the online shop, because Lizzie's gonna make us spend $500 for the key. I gotta figure out how that fits in the song, so I'm gonna have to go back and practice. We do have a thing where Liz jokes that pre-pandemic, because the price has gone up now. We do have a joke that if you want us to open up the shop not during regular hours, you need to promise Liz you'll spend $500, because
I will. When I got the key, everybody was like, and I'm like, it'll cost you $500 worth of yarn for me to come all the way back and open the shop. Mm-hmm. I'll do it. We've only had one person take us up on that.
Did they actually? Oh, that's because we were in the middle of the move. Yeah,
in the move.
So, yeah. And when we finally get together with busy needles and hair of fairy, I think I'm messing this up. Have no fear, even though it's time to cheer. I will stand 6 feet away and say, "Thank you for being my dealer." I apologize to the knitter who wrote that if I completely butchered it. So, you want to talk about butchering? Here we go. Oh boy, I haven't looked at this one yet. I've looked a little bit at the other one, but we have 2 things that are for welcome to the jungle. I'm gonna see if I can. I had fired up the YouTube karaoke version of this. You're not helping, Liz. I need help.
This is outside of my toolbox. Sorry.
Oh boy. Okay, my YouTube thing lost it, so I'm going to try to find it again. But one is called Welcome to the Yarn Store, and one is called Welcome to Sun Dragon. Okay, and let's see. Welcome to the jungle. And I'm going to put in here, I'm sorry, I'm not prepared. I was prepared. And this one's going to take me, I think, to ads before it actually plays it. So, yeah. That's Chris Rock. And we're going to, I'm going to take that down for a second because it's going to play an introduction too. I'm probably not going to do all the lyrics for all of these, right? And I'm going to let this play the introduction and stuff too. We're going to start to raise the volume here. And I'm going to butcher this too. So I'm just letting you all know. And I might misread words too, but yeah. How's this for entertainment on Thursday? It's not showing the words yet, so. And now it's gonna play that. I watched the video this morning, by the way, and I was like, that's right. Cha-cha! Ready? Here we go. Welcome to the yard store. We got Vikings galore. We got everything you want, and we know all the names. I'm not sure. We are the people who can find whatever you may need. If you got the money, honey, lace up super bulky. Oh, I messed that a little bit. Hang on. Lace to super bulky. But welcome to the yarn store. We'll make you feel so happy. I want to watch you steak instead of bleed. Welcome to the yarn store. We take it day by day. If you want it, you're gonna please. Outside's where you'll stay. You are a very crafty girl, but you can't have it for free. In the yarn store, welcome to the yarn store. Oh, okay. I got off a little bit there. Did you get the idea, right? It's pretty cool. It's Feel My Knitting. You want to see some cabling. And there's stuff about like it gets fibery every day. You'll learn the stitch like professional in the yarn store where we play. You know, there's good stuff here. But I'm gonna butcher it unless I practice. So I'm gonna sing a little of the other one, and you're gonna tell me which one you'd rather have me practice, maybe, or maybe I'll do both. I don't know. We'll see. I'm skimming for any other good lyrics. I mean, they're all good in here. We got Hand Eyes. Down at the yarn store, welcome to the yarn store. See, I'm trying to look at the lyrics on here and match it up with the lyrics here, and that's a little crazy. Okay. I'm gonna back this up to, okay. Now this is Welcome to Sun Dragon. And I haven't even really looked through this, so this is going to be a hot mess too. At least the other one I have looked at before. I hope this is entertaining. She's laughing.
Oh, it is. Immensely.
Okay, ready? Okay. Welcome to Sun Dragon. We've got sticks and string. We got everything you want, honey. We know the colorways. We got the people that can find whatever you may need. If you got the money, honey, we got your string things. This might be a different second. We got all your art needs. I want to watch you succeed. I like that one. So, welcome to Sun Dragon. We take it day by day. And you can breathe, hydrate, repeat. You can't decide. It's very hot. I'm off already. Okay. I'm liking the words though, because they have our like mantra. You can breathe, hydrate, repeat, and you can't decide, but it's very hard to choose. You can try the bright bulky, but you won't get it for free. In Sun Dragon, welcome to Sun Dragon. Feel my chow woo. I could do a little better without the music, but the music helps me know where the heck I am. I want to hear you scream. We got lines in here like, welcome to Sundragon, the Vikings get us every day. You learn to knit like a beast in Sundragon where we play. If you got hunger for what you see, you'll make it eventually. You can have everything you want, but you have to make your own. I like that too. All of these lyrics are really great. Like everything, even what I was skimming through. They
know us.
They know us. Like both of these people know us. No, you can. I want to watch you succeed. Oh, there's something about yarn chicken in this one. So this one was talking about like steeking and hand dyes, and oh, it's so much fun. And you don't need to hear me try to wail like Axl Rose again. So, and when you're close, you'll never ever want to lose it. Yarn chicken, yeah, yarn chicken, yeah. So if you know the song, you're gonna knit and purl in Sundragon. Welcome to Sundragon. With all your art needs. I gotta say, our art supplies are kind of sketch right now, sadly. The yarn art supplies, great. The visual art supplies, we had someone who wanted to come shop, like drop in, but I'm here, can I just come in? Like, you're not busy right now. We need time. We need you to make an advance appointment. We need time to clear up that space so you can actually walk around and look at stuff. Sorry, went back in my soapbox. Watch it.
Not a thing.
Watch it bring your crochet needs. They mentioned the crochet in here too. We're gonna bring you joy. Hey, okay. So obviously I need practice on that, but I also need rest. So it's hard to practice and rest at the same time and finish my hat. So that was your entertainment for the day. I love both of them though. It's like, welcome to the yarn shop, welcome to Sundragon. You know, like I really, when we were talking about what song, when that question came up and I jokingly said welcome to the jungle, like I feel like it fits now. Like,
oh yeah,
because like the original welcome to the jungle is it gets worse every day or something like that, and I'm like, yes and no, but yeah, there's stress right now, so yeah. But we do love helping people out, so we'll keep doing it as long as we can. And I need to rest this weekend, did I mention? So well, I don't think rest will make my singing on that better though. So, you know.
I in the shop cleaning category that we just mentioned, I've quit telling people it looks like a yarn store exploded in a yarn store. I started telling them it looks like a warehouse. And then people are like, oh.
Because they get that. But then they're like, well, so how much time do you need to turn it back into a yarn shop?
Yeah. Because if you tell them it looks like a warehouse, then they're kind of like, oh, okay. The art supply section is our box storage area.
It's part of our mailing corner. And so that's where we've organized, because we don't go over there very often. It's where we've organized all the boxes we've gotten in and ones we might want to use to send things back out. Life is so different right now. To have someone drop by yesterday and say, but I always come in. It's like, yes, that was last year and the year before, and this is not 2019. We're trying as hard as we can to make it accessible for y'all. That's why the appointments and the outside shopping. So, all right. My karaoke singing career is over. Like I sing a lot, actually. I sing in my church choir and I can do other fun stuff, but it is not karaoke. Karaoke is very different. Tried to explain that. Now you know.
You did better than me. I'm not even gonna try.
It's so, speaking of Vikings, it's almost Viking time, and to wrap this up with a bow, Liz was mentioning we should have like bumper stickers or something that refer to being a Viking at Sundragon, because someone came outside and said, I've always wanted to be a Viking. So we're gonna look at either pins or like bumper stickers or both, but it might take a little while to get that going. But if we can get something with Vikings, and I'm totally like in my head, I'm envisioning like Broomhilda type character from an opera, you know, helmet with the horns and braids. I think that would be awesome. So stay tuned. If I get enough rest, maybe I'll do that.
Like I told Rebecca, I'm like, bumper sticker. I was a Viking at Sundragon.
Mm-hmm. or we can maybe do one says like Sun Dragon Viking.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
either one. They both sound so good.
We've had several people ask what was a Viking, because we've started.
Like, huh?
It started as an inside joke, and now we refer to Vikings all the time.
And once again, in case you missed it, if it came up in an episode you haven't seen yet, or it's been a while, when life was normal, we had Vikings because they would come and pillage the shop. We'd have tons of people show up at once.
We'd look up and there'd be like 15 to 20 people in the shop at one time.
We're like, wow.
And within 45 minutes, they were gone.
And at the end of the day, we go, that was Vikings. Like last October was Vikings.
Yeah.
I looked at the totals from last October, and I was like,
we would be, it would be like calm. We'd be sitting at the table. You'd be teaching.
Like
all of a sudden, there's people everywhere, and then all of a sudden, they're gone.
Yeah, and you know, Yarn Crawl, Southeastern Animal Fiber Fair. When there's events going on, they sweep in.
There's even more Vikings.
And now we still have Vikings, but they lay siege outside. Because we don't let them.
They used to come in
and circle out there,
plunder,
circle the boats.
They plunder and throw money at us and take yarn, and like, it's good.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, but now they lay siege.
Mm-hmm.
And
anyway,
Vikings.
Okay, I think we've done enough damage for one day. I'm gonna say goodbye. Have a good weekend. May you also get rest this weekend. And Stargazer Brushed is 15% off until Wednesday. This is so squishy and warm. I love it.
If we have a quiet day, I'm going to put kits together for hat combos.
Check this weekend. Check social media or the products of the week category online this weekend to see if we pulled that off. It's a free pattern, so you can print it off yourself, or we might be able to throw it into the kit for you, but we can't promise that. Only if you request it, because it's
if you request it,
because and we'll put on the listing that because it's a free pattern, it's good to give Espace Tricot your web traffic, that kind of thing. So all right, have a good weekend, everybody. We love you, we miss you.
Stay tuned for Adventures of Liz and Rebecca, Sun Dragon Sideshow.
Subscribe.
Normal.
Our subscription numbers are going up a little, so keep helping us with that.
Tuesday we'll be back.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll have rested some over the weekend.